If you want a woman to feel something for you beyond polite conversation, you don't need magic lines or non-stop chatter. You need a moment of electricity. One small shift can flip her perception from friendly to fascinated. Once you see it, you'll never unsee it. Here's the core idea every man should know. If you want a woman to see you as more than a friend, you must create sexual tension while you're with her. There are many ways to do it, but today we'll focus on one of the easiest, most reliable methods you can use in almost any interaction. It's simple, subtle, and it works even if you're nervous. Most guys never use this, and many do the opposite. They rush to fill every gap and smother the spark they're trying to ignite. That's a missed chance, because this technique can pull a woman toward you in a naturally magnetic way, without performing, without talking her ear off, and without pretending to be someone you're not. Pay close attention. Once you understand this, you'll see how quickly attraction can form. You might already use hints of this without realizing how powerful it is. So let's dive in. Each week on Stoicism Drive, you'll get straight, practical insights into what women actually respond to, not just what they say, and how to build attraction in a calm, grounded, natural way. Before we unpack the technique, here's a short story. A client of mine met a very attractive woman at a grocery store. It started great, playful energy, light teasing, back and forth questions. She smiled, laughed, leaned in. Everything was flowing, until it wasn't. After a few minutes, the conversation hit an empty patch. No topic, no words, just a quiet pause. He felt his mind lock. You know that feeling when your brain goes blank and the seconds stretch like chewing gum? In a mini panic he blurted, anyway, what are you doing this weekend? It didn't fit the moment, it wasn't connected to anything they were discussing. She answered politely, no plans yet. What about you? And he said, I don't have any. Then froze again. The pause returned, heavier this time. The longer it stretched, the more he scrambled in his head for the right thing to say. Every second felt like an eternity. Finally, frustrated and embarrassed, he bailed. Okay, I should probably get going. Nice meeting you. And just like that, he walked away from a conversation that had been going really well until that first silence. Why does this happen so often? Because most men are afraid of the quiet. Every week someone asks, how do I avoid awkward silences? The hidden belief is that if you ever stop talking, the moment dies. If there's a pause, she'll get bored. If you don't entertain her, she'll lose interest. That belief is dead wrong. Here's the truth I want you to lock in. When there's silence, there's tension. You can probably feel a bit of it right now, a flutter in the stomach. It's not comfortable, but that discomfort is exactly what transforms a social vibe into a sexual one. Tension is the bridge between friendly and flirty. Handle it well, and the energy between you comes alive. So the technique is beautifully simple. Don't rush to kill the silence. When a pause appears, slow down, breathe, hold eye contact, let a tiny smile or a mischievous smirk soften your face. Bask in that quiet for 3 or 4 seconds. Let it hang. Those few beats do the heavy lifting no clever line can do. They signal confidence and presence. They suggest, wordlessly, I'm here with you. I'm not scrambling. I'm enjoying this. Will it feel awkward at first? Absolutely. You'll feel a twitchy urge to fill the space. That nervous itch in your gut that says, say something, anything. Resist it for a few seconds. As you practice, you'll notice 2 things. First, she becomes more attentive, eyes widen slightly. Breathing slows. Her body turns a few degrees toward you. Second, your mind clears. When you stop sprinting to fill every gap, you become present and calm. The next words come naturally, unfurled by the silence rather than forced through panic. You've seen this in countless films. The leading man doesn't rush. He lets silence stretch like a violin string, holds eye contact, offers the slightest curl at the corner of his mouth, and then speaks with purpose. Even as a viewer, you feel the pull. That's the moment the vibe tilts from social to sexual. Let's get practical. Here's exactly how to use it. When you notice a pause, consciously slow your breathing. Inhale gently through your nose. Hold a beat. Exhale slowly. Maintain eye contact, but soften it. No staring contest. Think curious and relaxed, not intense and stiff. Add a small smile or playful smirk. It hints at confidence and eases the edge of the moment. After 3 or 4 seconds, let the next thought surface and speak it simply, an observation about the environment, a callback to something she said, or a concise, sincere compliment about her vibe, not her body. This works everywhere. On a date, during a first meeting, even when chatting with a female friend you're interested in. Short, well-held silences create heat. They're like rests in music. The quiet makes the note that follows sound richer. Here's a bonus most men don't expect. When you get comfortable with silence, your nervous system calms, your brain stops flagging the pause as danger, and your attention returns to the moment. You notice her earrings, her tone, the little stories in her eyes. The next line appears because you're finally there to catch it. If, instead, you panic, you go into your head, and your natural charm gets locked behind static. Let's revisit our grocery store example with this technique in mind. Imagine the pause hits. Instead of blurting a random weekend question, he lets 3 seconds pass. He breathes, keeps gentle eye contact, lets a half smile land. Then he says, "I just noticed you do that little laugh before you ask a question. It's kind of adorable." She laughs for real. The tension converts to warmth, and the conversation rolls forward with a subtle undercurrent of attraction. No trickery, just presence, observation, and a willingness to let the moment breathe. How often should you use this? Don't overdo it. 2 or 3 well-timed pauses in a conversation are plenty. Too much tension with no release becomes awkward or irritating. Think of it like a dance. Step in, hold, then let go. Tension, then release. Push, then pull. That rhythm keeps the energy fresh and keeps her curious. A few quick boosters. Lower your voice slightly after the pause. A slower, warmer tone rides the wave you built. Match her energy. If she's playful, keep it playful. If she's calm, meet her calm. Use the environment. After the silence, ground your words in the here and now. This aisle always traps me too long. Or, that coffee smells better than it tastes. Remember, the aim isn't to manipulate, it's to be willing to feel the moment instead of fleeing it. Silence is shared space. Treat it as possibility, and it becomes a canvas where attraction paints itself. So the next time you're with a woman, on a date, in a cafe line, or sitting side by side, let a brief silence bloom. Look at her, breathe, smile, hold, and then speak. Watch how the air between you changes. Notice how her attention sharpens and how your words land with more weight. That's tension working for you. Turning nice chat into something's happening here. Final reminder. Moderation matters. 2 or 3 times per conversation, not 10. Balance keeps it magnetic rather than weird. Used well, this simple technique builds attraction naturally and leaves her wondering about you long after you part ways. If you found this helpful and you want more grounded, real-world strategies for confidence, presence, and genuine connection, join us here on Stoicism Drive. Like the video, subscribe, drop a comment about where you'll try this next, and share it with a friend who needs to stop talking over his own charisma. Thanks for being here. See you in the next one.